Okay, so now I'm going to put this on and my home car. Okay, but anyways, it's not really, but it's a little bit. So, the thing that I wanted to say was the person that passed on already, that was one of the first colonialists I met out on the West Coast, was Swift. And Swift was Mexican, right? So remember the video? I don't know if I took it off because I was trying to keep them, you know, um, I'm not, I don't want to do the Eileen Plasma one, but anyways, um, and besides that, Doofus took my goon. So if they really wanted, that whole thing where like a girl goes out, poses as a prostitute for social guys who supposedly work, or females, I guess, working in supposed daycare centers. I think just the colonialized video was the kindest one, which was one of the Morgan Freeman ones where he's kind of suggesting it could have been fixed, maybe not. But that's not what I'm going to do. Instead, I'm going to say that the Swift guy, somebody basically interpret him as a white female somehow. Okay, and then the Indian guy was more like a homeless white male, and he won't do those things. I just say don't give. I'm sure they hate it just as much about what the lying drugs did. So, um, so like sometimes you hear the song on the radio. She wears short shirts, I wear t-shirts, I'm on the bleachers. But you can't write it up with those things, especially since these people have basically um, have been here for a reason, and then like you see what you're looking for has been here the whole time, and that was like the colonies call about it, type thing or whatever. But I just know that of course another one came about, and who knows who it was, you know. Uh, what was I gonna say? Um, and then after that, I talked about like what other ones got called out, and I don't know if the video is still up here. But see, like, and even the songs came out afterwards, you know, afterwards. So like the bad things you need to watch for are like lakes that go, um, down a coastal region with like a checkered, probably a star thing in it, and I'm not happy with like the Mick and Eel idea, but it actually did happen because like whenever they try to sell stuff. So that's why I went over the thing about mailing is not to use letters, because obviously something happened at one point where they said they were sending like a love letter or something probably, and you're talking about many years ago. Um, and I don't know if it's like even like when I was a kid, there was a story about a kid that was filled with something like that. And we hadn't even been to Iraq yet. That's true. Maybe that's why it made me very emotional that I couldn't go, because for some reason I was offset. But that's why I love and everything. I wouldn't use actual, like I'm writing a letter. Maybe there's a letter off in the Bible. I know that number 16 was off a little bit about picking up sticks. That threw off my Indian group once. Um, but it still ended up being sort of like a morbid Rose of Sharon type thing. So anyways, so just keep in mind that they are important, even though um, the only shirt that Lou wears is "Cravings Are Somehow Real," but they're not real. Okay, they're based off of certain things that I'm pretty good at getting through, especially like purple. Purple, it always looks like a plastered over face, and that like it's made to look like maybe a nephew or a cousin, stuff like that. Um, yeah. So I would not follow the gimmick of doing it, especially when it starts turning the other way, I guess if you could call it. All right, that's for everybody because that means that the whole thing gets thrown off again.